One out of every 7 Central Oregonians is a veteran. In our weekly War Stories series, we introduce you to a story of a Central Oregon war veteran, some who made it back from their war and some who didn't. Tonight, we introduce you to the story of Vietnam War veteran Frank Graham.
I was born in August of 1944 in Dependence Hospital No. 2 in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Went to high school in Medford, Oregon. I'm a true black tornado. And I ended up going to the University of Oregon, which was a very happy circumstance for me. I had 4 great years at the University of Oregon. I got to get my undergraduate degrees in history. And that's what I really wanted to do. I wanted to be a history professor and write history. Graduated as with a baccalaureate degree in history and a brand new commission in the United States Army as a 2nd Lieutenant of Armor. As soon as I got on active duty, I knew it was my career. I had entertained thoughts of just doing my obligation and then going back and becoming that college professor I dreamed about. But once I got on active duty, and from that tour on, I knew I would be a career Army officer. And commanded the troop for 6 months, a little less than 6 months, and then was on combat operations the entire time. Moving through triple canopy jungle, very heavy, thick jungle, and we had just gone through a small stream, and a spider hole opened up in front of us at a range of maybe 25 to 30 yards out in front. And either North Vietnamese or rebel stood up out of that spider hole with an RPG and fired at us. And the RPG missed all of us, but it hit the tree, and there was a nest in that tree, and it blew the nest apart when it hit the tree. And there were fire ants all over the place, to include on the Vietnamese who were, by that time, shooting at us. And the war stopped right there. We were all stripping our clothes off, beating those crazy insects off of us, and pretty soon, all of us were in the stream. And we were right behind the vehicles in the stream, and the Vietnamese, the North Vietnamese, if that's what they were in the stream right up the hill from us, because they had gotten splattered with these insects as well, and there was no more war in that sector that day. And 15 minutes later, they had disappeared upstream and were gone. I guess that old saying about long periods of boredom broken up by intense periods of total terror is very true in those circumstances. I spent my last 6 months as the aide-de-camp to the commanding general of the Capital Military District. We were essentially the Saigon Palace Guard. Had 2 infantry brigades, a bunch of artillery units. We had some of the Ranger units. We're essentially responsible on the American side for the physical security of Saigon. My last tour on active duty after I left the Pentagon, I was the Inspector General for the state of Montana National Guard. And that really is what started converting me to civilian life, I guess you might say. I have a philosophy about life. In the later part of your life, I think you become a master, and that's when you give back. And I feel a pretty big sense of obligation to give back, and one of the ways that I give back is in my opportunities to exercise some creativity at the High Desert Museum. And right after we moved here, I became a volunteer. I spend probably between 300 and 500 hours a year down there now, and I really enjoy it. Love working with the kids down there. All of the programs that we do, it allows me to expand my love of history. I get to share that with all of the visitors that come through, and those experiences are just my goal. I think we can say that we are very happy with where we are in life right now.
That's pretty well done.
We'd like to thank Frank for sharing his story with us. Tune in every Monday night for another installment of War Stories.